If you can describe your customer's problem better than they can, they will trust you with the solution. If you start depending on any external marketing agencies or external companies, you are giving the cash flow, you are giving the revenue growth of your business to someone else's hand. But what exactly is the difference between brand-based marketing and direct response marketing? Direct response marketing really involves I'm Darshan Chavan, and over the past 11 years, I have helped hundreds of business owners like you get more free time, increase profits, and also unlock exponential growth using remote teams. I have also built my own team of over 170 staff in around 4 countries. In this podcast, I'll share with you the mindset, the strategies, and the leadership tools that will help you build a remote team that scales without any chaos. Ready to grow your business faster with less stress? Let's go. Today, we'll be talking about how, as a business, you can use direct response marketing and get the best out of your business and keep scaling. And in this video, we'll be discussing 5 principles using which you can scale your business to the next level. First, let's really get to the bottom of it. Why is it important to market, and why is it so crucial in scaling and growing your business? First and foremost, it's really important to understand that it's only 10% of your product or service is responsible for your business success. And 90% of it depends on how you market, how you sell your products and services. As they say, it's not always the best product that wins in the market, but always a product that's good at marketing it. Let's take a quick example about 2 biggest companies. All right. If you look at an iPhone, it does have features, but it doesn't compare anything to what Samsung offers. But still, Apple is one of the most valuable company. Why? Why is that? Have you ever thought about it? The reason being, Apple is so good in marketing its product. This is where they stand out way better than Samsung. So, as a business owner, if I have to reflect back and look at it, one of the most important KPIs, one of the important things that you need to spend a lot of time and focus on is developing your marketing and working a lot more on your marketing. And the reason why this is so important is it can have a ripple effect on all the other things that happens in your company. They also say that most of the business problems can be solved once you start working on your marketing and your sales. There's no problem as such in business that can't be solved by getting more sales and more revenue. Let me give you an example in one of our own businesses, a business where we sell a lot of courses and high ticket courses to students. While we were just doing only sales, when I say sales, cold calling and emailing and other things, we were getting anywhere between 70 to 80 enrollments with students. And this was good for an year or two. But later on, when I was able to understand how direct response marketing works, and once we started implementing direct response marketing in our business, we were able to take it to more than 200 enrollments or 200 sales. And this is the difference between just relying on word of mouth, organic, and implementing and using direct response marketing in your business. Let me go and now discuss a little bit about what exactly is the difference between a brand-based marketing and direct response marketing, and why businesses really struggle in understanding marketing and what can be done. So the main challenge is they get confused between what marketing is about, and brand-based marketing usually is how you look good. All right. Whereas direct response marketing really involves about you making money, and you're able to keep an accountability for every dollar you spend on your marketing. Before I get started with the principles, let's really understand why. What are the uses of direct response marketing, and how can it be better than brand based marketing? First and foremost, the biggest benefit I have seen is you will be able to see immediate results. You don't need to wait for months and years to see if you are getting an ROI on your returns. The second one is you can really measure and you can track. It's just not about putting a billboard or running an ad on a newspaper or on any channel. Whereas when you run direct response ads, you can really measure and track every single thing that happens. And as they say, you can only manage what you measure. So this gives you a huge edge in running direct response marketing. The third biggest thing which I have personally seen is a huge return on your spend. Especially currently in a few of the businesses that we run, we see anywhere between 4 to 5 times a return on ad spend. Think about that. For every dollar you spend, you end up making $5. So that's a massive investment. The fourth benefit is you start building your list of prospects and your list of buyers very quickly. And you can retarget them, you can nurture them, you can upsell them, you can downsell them. There's a lot of things that you could do once you start getting the contact details of your customers. Last but not the least, it is extremely scalable. If you look at other areas of marketing, like be it SEO or organic or word of mouth, whatever it might be, there is a limit to how much you can scale and how much potential you have. So, whereas over here, it can scale pretty big. Here's the fifth benefit with direct response marketing, it's extremely scalable. When you compare it to other forms of marketing like SEO or organic or word of mouth, there are very less chances of you having the control or you having the leverage. Whereas when it comes to direct response marketing, it's way scalable and you get to decide how much do you want to turn the knob. Let's get into the first principle of direct response marketing. That's about really understanding the difference between brand based marketing and direct response marketing. First and foremost, what brand based marketing does is it helps you build a lot of reputation, creates awareness of your product or service, and also builds huge credibility, which does serve you in the long term. Brand based marketing has its place in running a business, but eventually, what I have seen is those businesses that have a lot of cash flow, like billion-dollar companies who are publicly trading, those would be the ones that would be investing a lot more in brand-based marketing. Whereas if you are a small to medium-sized businesses, my personal opinion is brand-based marketing does not give you the best returns. It is needed to an extent, but usually direct response marketing gives you way better results. And the way that happens, especially with direct response marketing, it drives immediate measurable action where people can take a call to action. And the best part is you can see what is working, what is not working, and you can make changes along the way. So, how we usually frame it is branding makes you a celebrity, but direct response marketing makes you money. So, it just comes down to what phase of your business you are in and what your goals are. And the biggest thing is to avoid is to stop copying what billion-dollar companies do it, because you're not a billion-dollar company, and until unless you have so much cash to burn, my suggestion is invest in marketing where you can see the results and which will really help you get results as quickly as possible. Having said that, it's always important to invest and give value to people. So, a quick action step that you can take over here is evaluate your last marketing campaign and think about it. Was it more brand focused or was it more direct response? Okay. And a quick thing I would like to add over here is a session I had with my mentor long time back, and he's a very successful business mentor of mine. And 7 years ago, he did mention something very important. And all he said was, you can outsource anything with your business, be it operations, be it finances, and other things, be it tech as well. One area that you might have to develop skills inside your business would be to get better at marketing and sales. And that has become such an important brain tattoo for me. And whatever happens, you just got to control the marketing and the sales aspect of your business. The reason being, if you start depending on any external marketing agencies or external companies, you are giving the cash flow, you are giving the revenue growth of your business to someone else's hand. And personally, for me, I have worked with many marketing agencies in the past. I would really stay away from them. All right. The only reason being this is a critical area of your business that you have to control. It takes time to learn them, but it's going to yield you really, really good results. Here's a second principle of marketing, which is the foundational and crucial aspect of everything that you do. Before you start any campaign, is to research about your ideal customer and getting to know about their challenges, their problems, their pains, their frustration, and also what is the outcome, the result, and the solution that they are after. And the most important thing is to understand their challenges way better than they can articulate. And when you do that, the customers can prospects can feel that they're being heard. And as they say, customers don't care about your product or your features, but what exactly does it do to them? So yeah, this is the reason why when I speak with a lot of business owners, when I get to know that their marketing campaigns have tanked, have not really worked to that extent, the challenge is they wouldn't have spent so much time in really understanding and doing this research to know what is the challenge, what do they really face, and then crafting your messaging, your copy, everything around these things. So when we get this thing right, all the other things are going to become so much more easier. And this is where the customers feel understood. They know that you're speaking their language. And the biggest thing is they always say that if you can describe your customer's problem better than they can, they will trust you with the solution. And trust is a very important aspect. And when I see businesses advertise, when I see businesses market, I just don't connect to it. Whereas those people who hit a home run, as soon as I start reading the copy, reading the email, reading the web page, I'm like, man, this is the exact thing which I am facing. And this builds credibility, this builds huge trust, and it does increases the conversions as well. So a quick action step over here is write down in one sentence a problem statement of your ideal customer. All right. What is it that you're trying to solve? What is it that trying to help them with? Cool. Here's a third principles of direct response marketing. It's about the science of really running direct response marketing campaigns. And it involves three most important things. The first thing is about the clarity, clarity of the message, clarity of your offer, clarity of what is really expected of them. The second thing is urgency, and the last one is accountability. And the most core ingredient of creating a winning campaign is really understanding your audience. And the best thing that we usually end up implementing is a strategy called as a best buyer strategy. In one of our businesses where we sell high ticket courses to clients, we could really see that who are our best buyers. When I say best buyers, these were the people who used to pay in full. They used to buy multiple courses through us, and they used to complete these courses as well. And when you look at your CRM data, or when you speak with your salespeople or your customer support people, you'll really start understanding who are your best buyers. And it's really important to know where do these best buyers search, and is it possible for you to find them on LinkedIn? Are they hanging out more on Instagram and Meta, or are they searching on Google? And once you clearly know where are they spending most of their time, it just becomes so much more easier. And another important component of creating a home run marketing campaign would be to create a very irresistible offer. All right. An offer that really solves the problem with an extremely high perceived value. Because most businesses, when they advertise, all they try to do is just try to sell a solution or just try to sell a particular product. And this is where you start to become a commodity. And this is where people start pricing, matching you. They start comparing you with competitors, and it can get into a price war. And there's no solution in you offering the cheapest price. And the most another important thing is about having a strong call to action. What is expected of it? Any communication that we have with a client always has some kind of call to action. It might not be always to buy your product or to buy your service. It can be to show them what is the next one action step that they can take. This is the critical determining factor between a brand based marketing campaign and a direct response marketing campaign. Because a direct response marketing campaign always has an action step associated to it. It can even be as simple as when you put a post on Facebook asking people to share their opinion, asking people to comment on it, asking people to subscribe to your channel, whatever it might be. There is some kind of an action that happens as soon as people look at your content, consume your content. So the main thing that we need to address here is about the clarity thing, because a confused person never take action. So clarity is going to be the most important superpower here. The more clear that your message communicates, the easier it's going to be for people. So here's a quick action step. Simplify your next campaign. Think about what is that one clear call to action your offer can show. And even in your current campaigns, whatever you're running, be it even your social media post, is there a call to action? Or are we just posting for the sake of posting? Something to think about. Just quickly, guys, if you have found us struggling to scale your business without burning out or hiring the wrong people, we can help. Book in a call with me using the link in the show notes, and let's help you build a lean and a high-performing remote team that frees up your time and also increases your profits. Now, back to the episode. Here's the fourth principle, which is going to be the most important of all the factors that we have discussed, because here's where I'll be laying every single thing that is required to run a very successful marketing campaign. And keeping these things in your mind, you can use this as a checklist and see as well why your customers are either buying from you. And if the customers are not buying from you, you can use this as a checklist. First and foremost one is, do you offer a risk reversal in your marketing campaigns or in your offer? Because the challenge is sometimes people are skeptical, and more importantly, they don't have a belief that this particular product gives them the result. So what you can do is you can remove the bias, resistance, and bias fear by offering a risk reversal guarantee. And in one of our businesses, what we do is we offer a 10 days, no questions asked, money back guarantee. And the best part is we even offer to say to our customers, if they don't like our product or services, they get to keep 3 of our premium online course as well for free. So let me tell you a little bit more about this, because when people are buying anything, they are a bit skeptical. And this risk reversal and guarantee feature removes this uncertainty in them and creates a lot of trust. And more importantly, most of the commitment comes down on you as a business to deliver. And especially if you have a strong business and if you know that you can promise, you can deliver on your promises, this is going to be a really important one. Another thing that's going to really move the needle for all of your campaigns is social proofs. And I can see this often more and more and more, that most businesses do not play a big role in using testimonials, case studies, and different authority signals in your copy, in your landing page, in your website, in your emails. And there are different ways of social proofs that you can use. The first one is just reviews from Trustpilot, Google reviews, and Facebook reviews, many other things. And when people can see that there are other people who have got the same results that you're looking for, it builds huge credibility in the service or the product that you're selling. The second thing is case study video testimonials. So you can have a quick interview with your best buyers, sit with them, have like a 8 or 10 minute interview where you go through and ask them all the objections that other people are going through, and you can make this available on your YouTube channel. And the third thing is, if you have been featured on any major publications, or if you have won any major business awards as well, this is so important to market this in your website, in your landing pages, everywhere, because this will be the difference between converting 10% and converting 20%. Because people really want to know, are you a trusted authority? And once this clicks in, sales going to keep pouring in. Another very important aspect of this principle is, how are you creating scarcity and urgency? The reason being, as human beings, it's our behavior to not take action and to procrastinate and delay taking action as much as possible. And then when there is a genuine scarcity and urgency associated to your product or your service, that's when people take action. And this can include many other things like limited time offers. There is a deadline counter setup. There are limited spot setup as well. So you can use all of these things. But the most important thing is just make sure they are genuine, because people can see that if it is not genuine, and it can hurt your credibility a big time. And the last one is stacking as much value as possible in your offer. This is where people stop commoditizing you just as a service or a product and start looking at you as a value based service. Think about what are the different bonuses that you can give them. What are the different add ons that you can add to your product or service? And clearly communicating and helping people to see that the value that they are getting is so much more higher than the price that they need to offer. And when they can clearly see that the value is so much more bigger than the price, that's when the decision is made and people start paying for your products and service, and you'll be able to really take it to the next level. And the last one is really telling people about the benefits, not just the features. They always say that features tell, but benefits sell. Show them the real transformation that they can have with all your value stack, with all the things that they are having, and how it can have an impact in getting them the result or the outcome that they want. So they always say that make offers so good that the customer feels stupid saying no to it. So the quickest action step that you can take from this principle is look at your offer. All right. Is it really going through all the things that we have discussed in the checklist? If not, is there one or two things that you can change? Is there one or two things that you can do to make your offer as irresistible as possible? Here's the fifth principle, and this is one where most people miss doing this. And this is where, when people spend money on ads or any kind of marketing campaigns, they see that it just doesn't work for them. And this is all about tracking, measuring, and improving your campaigns. They always say that if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. And this is so true with this particular principle. And direct response marketing is all about measuring every single dollar you have spent on it. And the discipline that they say is you got to inspect what you expect. So in all our campaigns where we run Google AdWords, Facebook ads, LinkedIn outreach, cold email, many other campaigns as well, every single team has their own metrics and reporting dashboards where we I as a CEO, I get to see it every single day. How are we tracking? How are we measuring? And you don't need to measure more than 6 things in each and every campaign. And when you take action, when you make changes, are they being reflected on your metrics? So this is going to be a really crucial one for you. And the biggest one that you can do is right now look at all your marketing. Is it being measured? Are you measuring the right things? And are you making those changes as well once you look at what's being measured? The reason is once you start doing these things, your campaign multiplies a lot and your conversions are going to go to a completely next level as well. And another thing that we do as well as a business, here's a quick bonus tip. We do get external consultants to come in and completely audit our ad campaigns and suggest some changes. What is it that we can do? Because sometimes when we are in the weeds, when we are doing a business, we tend to forget what are the things that can be fixed. And once we get consultants who are really experienced, they come and do a huge and in-depth audit of our Google AdWords campaign, of our Facebook AdWords campaign, and then they suggest our changes. And this has been a huge needle mover for us. And here's a quick challenge that I'd like to throw to you as well. Think about one direct response campaign that you can design and you can act on as quickly as possible. And also see if you can add a risk reversal campaign or a risk reversal guarantee to your current offer as well. If you are a small to medium sized businesses, most of the marketing budget, I prefer to go into direct response. The reason being, you would be able to get your customers list. It improves your retargeting. And there's huge benefits to it rather than brand based, because brand based, it's so hard to measure. and usually it doesn't convert. I hope you got really good value from these principles, all right? But do let us know what is it that one principle that really aligned the most to you. And as they say, knowledge is just a potential power, and taking action is where the real power comes in. Go there, apply, and take action now. If you got any value from today's episode, make sure to subscribe so you never miss the mindset, the strategies, and the leadership insights you need to scale with remote teams and grow a smarter business. If you want more support, check out the link in the show notes for our free remote team playbook that will help you hire, train, and lead a world-class remote team. And don't forget to follow us on socials at Darshan Chavan. And remember, scale smarter, not harder.